Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
All right. I think Pooja's group is giving a presentation. So, Pooja, raise your hand. Pooja is connected. Okay, Pooja, I have made you the host. You can start the presentation. Continue from where you had stopped yesterday. You're hearing me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can. I have made you the host. You can start the presentation.
Ma'am, Aishwarya, host ಮಾಡ್ರಿ.
Pooja, you start the PPT if you have.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, who is supposed to start today?
Ma'am, Pratiksha Mali is absent, ma'am.
She's
So I'm
not there.
taking her point.
Okay, someone
Yes,
else
ma'am.
can just read out her points and continue.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. In transport layer, it uses two protocols. First, TCP and second, UDP. TCP stands for Transport Control Protocol. UDP stands for User Data Program Protocol. Transport layer responsible for delivering of message
Okay,
from
stop,
one
stop,
process.
stop, stop. Who is reading this? Pooja,
Ha, ma'am.
are you reading it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, show the slide. So, transport layer is there, no? TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. Okay, and UDP stands for User Datagram Protocol, not data program.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, all of you will remember this. There are two important protocols, TCP and UDP. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and UDP stands for User Datagram Protocol. But one more thing that I want to tell you is in OSI model, these two protocols are not used. These two protocols are used in TCP IP reference model. Getting? In transport layer in OSI model, you should just tell which are the functions, not the protocols. These two protocols are used in TCP IP reference model.
Okay.
Everybody's understanding this? So leave those 2 points, and remaining points you can discuss.
Transport layer responsible for delivering of message from one process to another. Whenever transmitting device transfer any message, it will be transferred in terms of packets, and the packets can be reaccessible at the receiver end. The data must be received same same sequence as it was sent. It ensures end-to-end delivery of an entire message from source to destination. While transmitting message in terms of packets, if there occurs any errors in transmission, then the message will be retransmitted. Next slide. Session layer. In session layer is responsible for establishing, managing, synchronizing, and terminating fashion between end user and application process. Session layer works as dialog controller, where it allows system to work in either full duplex or half duplex. More token management. It allows both the user to perform critical operation at once. Session layer on a synchronized mission creates checkpoint, where at the failure of data transmission, only the data which is after the checkpoint it is used to transmitted again, which save the time and helps in efficiency. Next layer over to Aishwarya.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Aishwarya Gundri. I am going to present the sixth layer of OSI model, that is presentation layer. It serves as the data translator for the network. It is also sometimes called as syntax layer. This layer also responds to the service request from the application layer and issues services requests to the session layer through a unique presentation service access point, that is PSAP. The translator of the data between the format of the network requires the format of the computer. Thank you. Next, Renuka.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be explaining about the application layer. As everyone knows that it is the topmost layer of OSI reference model. It helps the user to access network through the application. Application layer contains a variety of protocols that are commonly needed by the users. One widely used application protocol is HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is the basis for the World Wide Web. When a browser wants a web page, it sends a name of the page it wants to the server using HTTP. The server then sends the same page back. It provides user interface and support services like emails, remote file access, shared database, etc. Other application protocols that are used are for file transfer, we use file transfer protocol, that is FTP, and for tribal file transfer protocol, we use TFTP. For emails, we use simple mail transfer protocol, that is SMTP, and for virtual terminals, we use Telnet is used. Responsible for application layer is responsible for providing services to user. Example like network virtual terminal is an application like file transfer access and management. And the mail services are like we have to create a mail, then forwarding and receiving is being done using SMPT. This is all about the application layer. Thank you.
This was all about OSI reference model and 7 different layers of OSI model. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You have done a good job, all of you. How many of you participated?
5, ma'am.
5 of you. Very good. Now, one of you make a list of all those 5 students and send it to me. I will ensure that you people are going to get full marks in your internals because you have taken the trouble to make the presentation and also to present it. But one small suggestion that I want to give to you all is when you're making the presentation, you should be very careful about the points that you're putting there. If you are having doubts, always make it a point to talk to the teacher or to the faculty, and they will help you out. If at all there are certain mistakes by chance, you have not understood something and you have put something. For example, in case of OSI reference model, in transport layer, TCP and UDP, we don't talk because these two are the protocols of TCP IP reference model. Okay. And also TCP, its full form is transmission control protocol, and UDP, its full form is user datagram protocol. All right. But I must congratulate you all because you have done a good job and you have explained all the 7 layers. Okay. Now the same 7 layers in the exam, again, remember last semester also it was there. This semester also it is there. Since the same thing is being done, I'm not going to teach you again, but always remember in case of OSI reference model, all the 7 layers have got some set of functions to be performed. So when you are explaining, be very careful about what functions. Okay. In short, I'll tell you, in physical layer, it is concerned with transmission of data in the form of bits. In data link layer, it is concerned about framing, error control, and flow control. In case of network layer, it is concerned with forming packets, that is a frame is grouped to form a packet, and it is concerned with routing and forwarding the data. Transport layer is an end-to-end layer, and it is concerned with ensuring smooth communication. Then comes session layer. Whenever we are transmitting the data on a network, from the point the connection happens till the point the connection breaks, that is called as a session. So during that time, if any problems are occurring, they are handled by the session layer, like token management is there or dialogue control is there. Such things are done by the session layer. Then comes presentation layer. It is concerned with presenting the data to the higher layers, that is particularly to the application layer. It is concerned with encryption, decryption, character set conversion, that is suppose sending machine is using ASCII and receiving machine is using some other method, then that conversion has to happen, encryption and decryption. These things are done by the presentation layer. Lastly, application layer is concerned with supporting different applications for a network, like email or remote login or telnet or maybe web browsing. All this we do on the network. These applications are supported with the help of application layer. So all that you have put is true. I also expected you all to show me the working of OSI reference model. You have to remember data gets generated at the higher layer, that is at the uppermost layer, that is application layer. Then it comes down slowly at the sender side, from application to presentation to session to transport to network, then to data link, then to physical. In the form of bits, it goes to the destination. And when it reaches the destination, data is moved upwards through the layers. That is first physical, then data link, then network, then transport, session, presentation, and application. Okay. So this I expected you to tell. Nevertheless, you people have made a good attempt. So very good. I am happy that you took the initiative to make the presentation. Now I have come to know that some other students were also thinking. So if you, the same topic you can't take, if you are interested to make a presentation, contact me. I'll give you some other topic to present. Now there's a boys team. I don't know if they are prepared today. Sai Prakash?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you prepared?
But yeah, ma'am. But in 20 minutes, I doubt half only will be finished, ma'am.
Never mind. You can start. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Should I make you the host?
Make Sumant host, ma'am.
Sumant. Okay. Sumant, raise your hand. Okay, you are the host now, Sumant.
Ma'am, can I start?
Yes,
Hello.
yes, Sumant, continue.
Okay. A warm greetings to everyone. Myself, Vinayak Shabadi, here. Me and my friends are going to present TCP reference model. Now let's see what is TCP and what is IP. TCP means nothing but transmission control protocol, and whereas IP is nothing but internet protocol. TCP is mostly used when two different devices communicate over the internet. It has set of protocols that allows communication across the multiple devices. Now, where you can see in the OSI reference model, it has 7 layers. Even TCP has some layers. They are only of 4 types or 5 types. The 5 types can be seen in some different book, and 4 layers also can be seen. Now, in our syllabus, we have considered only of 4 layers. This TCP reference model was invented by Winecraft and Bob Kahn, and these two persons are even called the father of internet. This TCP IP reference model was invented or developed to explore the alternatives to ARPANET design and to support network research generally. Where ARPANET is the Advanced Research Project Agency network, the purpose for inventing the ARPANET is to link the computers at a Pentagon-funded research institution over a telephone lines. And this ARPANET uses a packet technology. Now, this TCP IP reference model is divided into 4 layers. First one is application layer, second one is transport layer, third one is internet protocol layer, and fourth one is network layer. Now, let me share some few points or key points of application layer. Application layer is used by end users such as web browsers and email client. It provides protocols that allow software to send and receive information present meaningful data to the user. It provides services that support various applications working on an internet. The TCP IP application layer encrypts the functions of top 3 layers of the OSI models. That is, application layer performs the function of presentation and the session layer. Example, HTTP is the application layer protocol, but it manages formatting of data and dialog control between the client and the user. The sum of the protocols are HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol, SMTP Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and FTP File Transfer Protocol are the sum of the protocols of application layer. Now, here is my friend Akash Yadav to explain transfer layer protocol. Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Akash Yadav. Now I am explaining about second layer of the TCP/IP reference model, that is transport layer. Transport layer is nothing but it is responsible for end-to-end communications, and its transport layer is connected with the reliable of byte streams. Byte stream is nothing but it is a transport of sequence of bits. Reliable byte stream is nothing but it is a transport of bits in a same manner to the same recipient. And transport layer ensures that the packets are delivered in error-free with a no loss, no duplication. It provides two basic types of services. One is a connection-oriented services. Another one is a connectionless service. Connection-oriented services transfer the byte stream that is provided by the transmission control protocol, that is TCP. Connectionless services is transfer the individual message that is provided by the user datagram protocol. UDP is used for a application that require a quick services. Here comes my friend Sumant Dharmati to explain a next layer, that is internet layer.
Good morning, everyone. Internet layer. This layer stands in between transport layer and network layer. It is the third layer in TCP/IP model.
Just go to the next slide. I think we are still seeing the transport layer slide.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, huh. Good morning, everyone. Internet layer. This layer stands in between transport layer and network layer. It is the third layer in the TCP/IP reference model. It handles the transfer of information across multiple networks through the use of gateways and routers. Here, the gateways and routers are defined as gateways, a device used to connect two different networks, especially a connection to the internet. And the routers are the receivers and the senders data on the computer networks. For example, nowadays in modern days, we use that modems, hubs, or network switches, etc. It is concerned with the route discovery, route selection, and forwarding the data over the best route. It deals with the congestion control also. Here, the route discovery means it is a process that occurs when the source node does not have a route to request destination. And the route selection defines as here routes can be chosen based on the packet categories. It is selected by itself, and the congestion control is used to ensure that the route is selected correctly.
What happened? Are you continuing?
For different routes, hence packets hence packets can uh, hence packets can transfer different routes. IP has its own packet format known as datagram. Datagram is nothing but it is a basic transfer unit associated with the packet switch network. It is also provided connectionless communication service across packet switch network. Thank you. Now here is my friend Sai Prakash to explain you about the network layer.
Yeah, just 1 minute, Sai
Hello.
Prakash. Sai Prakash.
Yeah, ma'am.
It is not network layer, it is network interface layer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you should understand this. In TCP/IP reference model, topmost layer is application layer, next layer is transport layer, next layer is the internet layer, what he explained just now, and the bottommost layer, which you are going to explain, is called as network interface layer. Don't call it network layer. All right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, continue.
Hello, everyone. Now I will explain you about network interface layer. It is also called as link layer in some books, but in our syllabus, it is known as network interface layer. Now, as you guys heard from Suman, that internet layer decides the path through which the data will be transferred. Once the route has been discovered, the job of network interface layer is to transfer the data from source to destination through that path. Now, in that path, there may be multiple gateways or routers situated. So, at every gateway, the IP packets are encapsulated into that network from that gateway till the end host gateway. And then the data is transferred to the destination machine. Now, there are certain protocols used in TCP/IP reference model. Suman, next slide. Now, as you can see on the screen, there are certain protocols that are used on in TCP/IP reference model. Now, I hope everyone knows the meaning of protocols. Protocols are the rules that define or specify how a network must operate. Now, today everyone studied the protocols used in application layer, that is HTTP, FTP, Telnet, SMTP, DNS. HTTP is nothing but it is required to host our website to the browser or to send our HTML files from source to destination. FTP is required to transfer our files. Telnet is required for hosting a bidirectional connection. SMTP protocol is required for transferring our mail over the internet. And DNS is domain name system. Domain name system is nothing but For example, when you visit a website like google.com or facebook.com, the name Facebook or Google is the domain, and that is decided by DNS protocol. Now the next layer is transport layer. Now the two main protocols used in transport layer is TCP and UDP. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and UDP stands for User Datagram Protocol. TCP is concerned with transmission of packets and it is very much reliable as compared to UDP. UDP's function is to transfer the data packet in a wireless medium. Next is internet layer. The primary protocol used in internet layer is internet protocol. Now, in that there are like other three protocols too, such as ARP, ICMP, IGMP. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. Now, in a network, there are multiple gateways and routers. In order to identify the MAC address or IP address of that networking device, ARP protocol is required. Without ARP protocol, the source machine will not know where to transfer the data. So ARP protocol is required. Next, ICMP and IGMP protocols are sub-protocols of IP. ICMP stands for Internet Control Message Protocol. Now, while transferring data from source to destination, if the network fails or if any error occurs in the network, then ICMP protocol identifies that error and tells the source or the user that an error has been occurred in the network. IGMP stands for Internet Group Management Protocol. Now, this protocol manages the whole function of transferring the data from source to destination. The it now next is network interface layer. In network interface layer, transmitting the data from source to destination. It makes use of Ethernet, or it can also make use of optical fiber cables or twisted pair cables. And if we are transferring the data wirelessly, then it makes use of radio waves or microwaves. And it also uses some other link layer protocols and token ring networks. It may be ring network or a bus network. Now, the basic working of TCP/IP is similar to OSI model. It accepts the data at the application layer. It converts them into packets. Then the data is transferred to transport layer. Transport layer then transfers the data to internet layer, and then internet layer decides the path, and then that control is transferred to network interface layer. Network interface layer then transfers the data to the other end machine, that is the destination machine. And now the process is reversed and the data goes from bottom to top. And that is how TCP/IP reference model works in a network architecture. If anyone has any doubt, they can ask.
Okay, have you finished the presentation, Sai Prakash?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, very good. It was very nicely done. The PPT is good. The information that you have collected and explained, all four of you, you have done a wonderful job. Congratulations. Only thing, one small
Thank you.
suggestion is whenever you are making a presentation, be very particular that you don't make spelling mistakes or you do not have any wrong information with you. You have to doubly check your presentation, that you be sure of from next time whenever you are making a presentation. Okay. What we will do is we will stop here, and tomorrow again little bit I'll revise TCP/IP. After that we will start off with whatever I have to cover. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Send me a list of all the 4 or 5 people who have taken part in this presentation. I will see to it that you people will get full marks during your internal. Okay. Congratulations. Well done. I'm happy with your presentation.
Thank
All of you
ma'am.
enter
Thank you.
your attendance.
Thank you, ma'am.
Should we stop the presentation? Everybody has entered the attendance? Okay, thank you.